What is going on, Cubs fam? It's Monday morning. You know what Monday morning means. We have got Rogue Actions preloaded. What's going on, Heinzie? How you doing?
Cubs, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to be here as always. Big week coming our way. Man, we've got to start it off. I've got a bit of a message to CG to start us off this week, Cubs.
Okay.
From our boy Moff Gideon. It's probably the only way to explain it.
You have something I want.
Give me Beskar Mando this week, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I've got my suit. I'm ready to go. Bring the bad boy on. I'm ready, Cubs.
I'm
Can't
super
wait.
ready. We're going to talk a lot about Beskar Mando coming to the game. I think there's a lot more considerations here, even in a brief conversation Heinzie and I had before we started recording. There's a lot of question marks I think we have with this character and what this character might mean and what this character could bring to the game, where they're going to fit in the game, etc. So we're going to get into all of that meat as well. And then we're going to give Capital Games a Q4 grade. How did they do in the last quarter of 2020? We will get into that. But before we get there, Heinzie, you know we got a good meme of the week. Should we do it?
Let's do it, brother. Let's start us off on a high. Let's go.
All right, so you're not seeing my screen, so I've got you. You're gonna pull it up. We're gonna watch at the same time. You haven't seen this, I have, but this is an old meme of the week legend. Rip Raff is finally coming back to the meme of the week, and this is one of his best works yet. Are you ready for this?
Ready, Ren?
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Rose Tico, you guys wanted to see me? Finn says, "Oh hey Rose." And then Kylo says, "What up, Tico?" So it turns out that taking you to Relic 5 wasn't a complete waste. We need your help in phase 2 of the pit challenge.
I know where this is
That's
going.
good. Yeah, that's good. Well, what do I do? The reactions are so good. Let me show you.
Oh, no. Oh, she's a burner team.
I think that was kind of cold. Do you want to get eaten? No. All right, then.
All right, we're done here.
Now get the other Galactic Legends, Rey and Luke. You've got some work to do. What about Sith Eternal Emperor? I'm sorry? I meant useful ones.
Oh, unfortunately, it's funny because it's true, Cubs. Oh, yeah, again, I've got them all, and yeah, he's the one that I wish I could get more out of him. I really do. That ultimate, insta-kill cooldown is just way too long.
So in honor of the meme of the week, I am playing some B-roll footage you sent me of Sith Eternal being useless. So
Yeah. Enjoy, guys. Sit back, get your box of popcorn, and enjoy that one. Fantastic.
Oh, man. All right, let's get to our next subject here. We're talking about Beskar Mando. Now, just how good, Heinzie, do we think that Beskar Mando's going to be? And I want to throw a few considerations out, and I want to talk about them. The last time we had a journey character in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, a true journey character, was Darth Revan. Now,
yes.
Luke was kind of like Jedi Luke was kind of like his own event, right? Where they had the, I'm talking 7-star flat requirement character was Darth Revan. And Darth Revan was definitely a big deal when it came to the game. Now, he did need Malak before he became meta shaking, but every single journey character we've had hit this game has changed the meta, become the meta. I don't think that Beskar Mando is going to be the meta because Galactic Legends are, we have a new echelon of character that's come since. But just how good do you think this character is going to be? We'll start there.
I think it, again, it's not, I think it's more hope. That's the way I'm looking at it.
What do you mean?
I love Mando. I love this show.
Yeah.
It deserves some real quality from a new character, especially a legendary, as you mentioned. And I think there's one faction that has been really, really fun to play, but not a faction that really has stood up there and has been real, a real wrecking ball. And that's the bounty hunters. Now, sometimes I say a bounty hunter's really quick. It's not Benny Hunter's, the restaurant. It's bounty hunters. Let's be clear, guys. But it's a team and a mechanic with the payout system that I still believe is one of the best in the game. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think that particular faction should be really, really solid. It should be at Darth Revan level, even Gas possibly. I think that it should really start making bounty hunters a lot more viable in the game than it is currently. I believe anyway.
So I'm gonna give you a spicy take. All right. I'm not convinced he's even gonna be a bounty hunter.
I know. We talked about this off camera.
Because,
and dude, look.
Let me make the argument. Okay, now I could be wrong.
Okay.
So I see it two ways. I would love him to be a bounty hunter because I'd love for him to take bounty hunters to new heights. So let me just establish that. I'm not campaigning for this to happen. But I think if you look at the lore, which, by the way, I just saw your Sith Eternal only go 3 for 4 in dark side territory battles. That's pretty embarrassing.
Move along.
Anyway, I really like, if you look at the lore, Beskar Mando, at the end of season 1, is he a bounty hunter anymore?
Yeah.
That's the question I have for you.
That.
I mean, he's been, for all intents and purposes, kind of expelled from the guild. And so I'm not sure if his purpose as much as bounty hunting as it's kind of shifted towards being a protector of the child or Grogu. And so I'm not so convinced that he would be a bounty hunter. And I'm also not so convinced that they're bringing Beskar Mando in the game to just simply work with bounty hunters. I feel like they're going to want to tie all of these new characters together. And so I almost feel like he won't have the bounty hunter tag and we'll have a new tag that comes into the game called simply The Mandalorian, which is kind of like the Rogue One tag. And I know, now, don't get too excited. This isn't as exciting as a Mandalore tag would be, but The Mandalorian, as in the show tag, I think could come kind of like the Rogue One tag and bring all of those characters together. And then we'd have a subtle rework of all of those characters that builds that into their kit in some facet. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's certainly viability for that. I agree. I still deep down believe he's a bounty hunter. That's his origin. That's his. I mean, when the as the season progresses, the storyline's going to change.
Yeah,
but he's still doing missions along the way. So,
but he's not doing bounties.
Yeah, he's not doing bounties as such, but he's still.
We've only seen him do a couple bounty pucks the entire series.
His origin is still as a bounty hunter. I mean, the origin of what they're doing is, and I think the Mandalorian TV show tag would be great. But let me throw something completely different at you. Cat amongst the pigeons here.
Okay.
What if he's our first neutral character?
Oh, well, here's why I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I love the idea at first, but if anything, the Mandalorian has gone from neutral to the light. Would you agree?
Done some bad things in the past, though, man.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it, though. Is in the past, he's kind of gone from more of a, I think, compromised location to now he's really, really motivated and driven to do what's right for Grogu. And so I'm not, if he's gonna be neutral, I feel like the original version of Mando that we have in the game would be the neutral one, and this would be a light side version. I think, but maybe I'm
now
wrong.
you mentioned that kind of makes sense. But
at some point, they gotta do something with that neutral tag, though.
I'd be pretty disappointed. I mean, there's certainly precedents for tags. I mean, tags are a discussion we've had in the past. I mean, we've obviously got Galactic Legend Rey that's not a Jedi. We've talked about all that in the past. That's nothing new. There's certainly, a precedent for him not receiving a bounty hunter tag. There's no doubt. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. I think it's a good opportunity to make the bounty hunters in this game even more powerful than they are, and they certainly have their uses. I'd like to see them jump up that notch. That's just me.
I just don't see them doing it, though, because they've got IG-11, they've got Quill, they've got Cara Dune, they've got Greef Karga, and all of these characters don't have a super strong place to fit in the game right now. And so it makes, to me, from just a game standpoint, it makes so much sense to have this new character be the character that really unifies those characters in a squad under some kind of new tag, which I think will be a show tag, The Mandalorian, and have them have their own use. But from a fan of the game standpoint, I just want him to be a bounty hunter, and I want to have my bounty hunters be, just slaying. So
yeah, I just want to be wrecking heads. I love my bounty hunters. I am biased on this, guys.
Yeah,
huge fan of that faction.
Yeah, me too.
So I would love to see them just make them just really just smash heads in. I would just really enjoy that. That's just me personally.
Do we want to make a bet?
I've done enough bets, man. Seriously, you really want to do that again? This stormtrooper apparently is useful again, but kind of not, you know? So, I'm going to reserve another bet, something that's really 50-50. All right? Let's, once I know how to
okay. Well, let it be known that I'm on the side of the fence that thinks he won't be. He might still have a bounty hunter tag, but I think that they're going to want him to work with the new characters. I think that's going to be the place
cool.
that he
I mean, just bring him to the
best.
game. However, he's going to be great. We want him. We love the show. Now's the time to release him. Just get it done, guys. Get it out there.
Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. We're anxious to hear from you. All right, now to end the video out, we're just going to do this really briefly. We're coming to the end of Q4 2020 here, just a few weeks left. And we've kind of seen, I think, everything we're going to see at this point other than the Mandalorian event for Beskar Mando. I think that's probably going to be the last big thing of his quarter. We've had the Galactic Challenges rework, which we're going to talk a little bit more about in your video. We've had the new pit raid come to the game. We've had so many other things happen. We've had the shard drop rate increase. We've had a new community manager. It's been a big quarter for CG. And so, Heinzie, I just wanted to give you a chance. I'll do the same. What's your grade of CG for last quarter of 2020?
If we're separating the last quarter to the rest of the year, the performance level would be best summed up by our boy K2 from the movie Rogue One. It's high, very high. Look, they've definitely there's been a massive resurgence. There really has. They've turned the corner on a lot of things. Still a lot of work to do. I mean, let's be fair. We know that they're certainly ticking a lot of good boxes.
Yep.
We know halfway through the year there was a big question mark on the viability of people continuing to play the game, and I think we've actually seen a lot of people who did put the game down come back again. I think that's a great sign. I think there's going to be more of that in time. There's certainly a lot of things to do, a lot of improvement to make. But I think overall, if they continue on this same trend they've done in this last quarter, we're looking at a pretty good 2021. But again, we'll see. With CG, man, it's subject to change. So we'll see how it goes. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with what I've seen recently. Absolutely.
I'm so happy about their performance this quarter that I have my dog here in my hands right now.
Nice.
To give CG a message. Did you say nothing if you like CG's performance this quarter? There you go. She said nothing. See, she would have said more. She would have said more, I promise. No, I think you really hit it on the head, Heinzie, with comparing it to other quarters. If you look at every year in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and if you separate it based on just like these financial quarters, right? This is going to be one of their best stints of 3 months ever, in my opinion. It was a very, very strong 3 months. Some of the most cynical people I know in this game are optimistic. We've seen a lot of people coming back. I think that there's still some room for improvement. I'd like to see some changes still yet with the new pit raid. I don't love the way that they did the rewards. I thought that they would flatten the rewards. They flattened them in some areas, but in the more important areas, they still have a steep curve. But other than that, I think that we can all agree that it's been pretty strong. And I'm hoping this builds some momentum going into 2021 so that we can feel good about the whole year. Because I feel like 2020 was a story of two halves, right? Or the first half of the year sucked, and the second half of the year was very strong. And so I'd like to see a strong year start to finish for 2021. And boy, do we have a lot of Star Wars content coming after 2021 and towards the end of 2021 to look forward to, which is maybe one of the concerns I have. We've got CG really needing to hit things out of the park because we're going into a lull of Star Wars content between now and when we see the next Mandalorian season. There's not really going to be much between now and then to bring people in. And then if they can make it through that, then there's going to be, dare I say, an ocean of content for the Star Wars universe for them to draw upon at that point. So
look, there's still plenty to draw from. I mean, we could go on for a while now as far as what other content and characters and ships need to tidy up. There's a lot of things that can be done in that time. It's not a case of, okay, we're going to sit on our hands now. We're done now. We're running out of stuff to bring in. There is plenty to bring in if they really wanted to. So guys, take the last 3-4 months from about August onwards this year.
Yep.
CG, take about August to now and do that all again next year.
Just keep doing it.
Just do it again. Don't do anything different. Do it again. The game will be great. People will come flooding back like they have already started.
I hit the wrong button.
And we'll be sitting here carrying on going, you beauty, how good's this year?
I'm sorry I interrupted you with a obnoxious air horn. It's my bad.
Oh, it's okay. It wouldn't be the first time I've had an air horn.
I meant to hit this.
Do it.
Just do it. All right, guys, we got another half of this video to get to. Head on down to the description and go to Heinz's half of the video. We're going to be talking about the challenge Rancor, the good and bad arguments for the reward structure for galactic challenges, and then, of course, the viewer's choice. All right, Heinz, we're getting out of here. Thanks for joining me, man.
Anytime, brother. Always good. Love you, Cubs fam. Have a good week. We'll see you soon.
All right, see you guys. Hot shot first.
Mwah!